What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the MaddenBallerz YouTube channel, and our Georgia State Dynasty Conference Championship week is here, and Georgia State is playing in the Sun Belt Conference Championship against Old Dominion. Both these teams come in at 9-3 on the season. Both of these teams had long winning streaks during the middle of the season, and we will have to find out today who will win the Sun Belt Championship and who will be on top of the Sun Belt Conference.
Hi everybody, Reese Davis with you, bringing you the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 pregame show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. In the Sun Belt, teams come to play with a chip on their shoulder. Sometimes they feel overlooked. Sometimes the players feel as if they should be playing at a higher level. And it all comes together to make a great Sun Belt championship game. That does it for us here on the NCAA College Football pregame show. Enjoy the game. We'll see you at the half.
Georgia State won the coin toss and elected to defer to the second half. They will kick off to get this game going, and the Sun Belt Championship is underway. Green in the end zone will take it and kneel down, and the Old Dominion Monarchs will take over at the 20. Washington on the first play, handoff to Green to the right side, goes for no gain, and Derek Green is one player we need to watch in this game. He can get big yardage on the ground. Washington back to pass on 3rd and 10. Over the middle. It's intercepted by Miles Morris, and he's going to return this one to the 35-yard line. And this is where Georgia State takes over. Reynolds hands off to Derek Romero on the first play. Breaks a tackle. Gets the first down, and welcome back Derek Romero. A 23-yard rush on his first play back from that 9-week injury. Reynolds back to pass on 1st and 10. Throws to the end zone to Mark Moore, and it's caught for a touchdown, and Georgia State goes on top early. 2 plays and a touchdown after the turnover puts Georgia State up 7-0. The Panthers defense dominant on that first drive of Old Dominion as they take over again on offense. Washington back to pass, 2nd and 11. He takes off on a delayed run, and up the middle he will go for 10 yards. 3rd and inches now. Washington will hand off to Vaughn, and he will get just enough for that first down on a 3-yard gain, setting up 1st and 10 for the Monarchs. And Washington under center now will hand off to Green on 1st and 10. He breaks a tackle, and he is down the field for the first down and more inside the 20. 10-5 touchdown Old Dominion, and Derek Green, 55 yards. We said he could break those big gains. They tie this game up at 7. Georgia State takes over 3rd and 10. Pass to Mark Moore for 13 yards, and he's been big this year in the passing game. 1st and 10, handoff to Lamont George up the middle, and he is going nowhere, losing 1 yard on that rush. 3rd and 11 now for the Georgia State Panthers. Reynolds out of the shotgun here, scrambling out to his right, throwing, caught by David Bailey, and he is going to gain 8 yards, but he is short of the first down marker, and Georgia State would have to punt. Old Dominion takes over, 1st and 10. Washington back to pass, and he takes off again on that delayed rush, and he gains enough for the first down. 2nd down and 10 now for Old Dominion. Washington back to pass. He's going to fire this one deep, and it is picked off again by Patrick Griffin as he stumbles to the ground. The 2nd interception of the quarter for Georgia State, and they take over here at the 18. Handoff to Romero up the middle. He gets nothing, but a flag comes in, and it's a 15-yard face mask penalty. Automatic first down. 2nd down and 8 now for Georgia State. Reynolds drops back to pass. He's going to dump it off to Romero on the screen play, and he's going to break a couple tackles. Taken down a couple yards short of the first down line. They would get that, though. Later on, it's 1st and 10. Handoff to Romero on the delay. Up the middle. Gain of 10 yards, and Derek Romero is showing no ill effects of that strained back and that injury. 1st and 10 now. Reynolds back to pass. Fires over the middle to Marcus Jackson. That one's good for 8 yards. 2nd down and 2 now for the Panthers. Reynolds will fake the handoff here, scramble out to the right a bit, and he will dump it off to the fullback, Keith Rucker, who gains 5 yards and a first down for Georgia State. 1st and 10 here from the 19. Reynolds back to pass, firing to the end zone, and this one is broken up, almost picked off. Maybe a bad read there. 3rd and 5 now for Georgia State. Reynolds out of the shotgun once again, will fire to the middle of the field to David Bailey, who has a 1-yard reception, and that will set up 4th down. And at the end of 1 quarter, this game is tied at 7. Georgia State would add a field goal to start the 2nd quarter, making it 10-7 game. Old Dominion takes over here. This pass to Cortez Richardson goes for 1 yard and stopped. 2nd and 9. Washington out of the shotgun here, looking to pass over the middle, and it's picked off by Jamel Spencer. The 3rd interception by this Georgia State defense leads to another short field here in the 2nd quarter. Reynolds back to pass on 1st and 10. This one's caught downfield by Mark Moore for 18 yards and a Georgia State first down. 2nd down and 7 now. Reynolds back to pass once again, scrambling out to the right. Going to take off on his own. 1st down inside the 5 and pushed out of bounds at the 3. 1st and goal to go for the Panthers. Hand off to George up the middle, and that one's going nowhere. A 1-yard loss on that rush. 2nd down and goal now. Reynolds drops back to pass, fires, and hits Marcus Jackson for a 3-yard TD, and Georgia State goes up 17-7. Old Dominion takes over here. 2nd down and 8. 5.5 minutes to go in the half. Washington takes off on 2nd and 8, and he's brought down, but not before getting the first down. Very next play, Washington will pitch it out to Vaughn, and Vaughn has room ahead. He has 11 yards and another Monarchs first down. 3rd down and 9 now for Old Dominion. Washington back to pass. He's going to dump this one off to Green. Green's going to break some tackles, and he is down the sideline. Ooh, flipped over out of bounds after a big gain. 1st down and 10, Monarchs. Washington back to pass. Over the middle he goes to Martin, and that one's good for 11 yards and another Old Dominion first down. 2nd down and 6 now. Washington will roll out to the right, fire to the sideline, caught by Philip Dickens for 18 yards and a first down at the 1-yard line. 1st and goal to go. Washington will keep it himself on the read option and go into the end zone for the touchdown, making this only a 3-point game now with 3.5 to go in the half. Georgia State takes over here. Reynolds drops back to pass, fires out to Marcus Jackson, who gets hit hard but gains enough for the first down. Very next play, Reynolds will fake the handoff here, looking to pass once again. Pump fakes, scrambles backwards, and tries to get this one away. He does before he can get sacked. 2nd down and 10 now. Reynolds back to pass once again. Pump faking, throwing deep, caught by David Bailey. Good for 9 yards. Short of the first down, though. They would pick it up on the next play. 1st down and 10 now. Reynolds back to pass, and he is thrown to the ground, sacked for a loss of 8 yards. 2nd down and 18 now. Reynolds back to pass, firing over the middle to Mark Moore. He's been big in this game. He has, I think, 4 or 5 receptions so far. 3rd down and 2 now. Reynolds back to pass. He's going to fire this one deep, and wide open is Marcus Jackson inside the 10, and he will rumble into the end zone for a touchdown, putting Georgia State up 24-14. And with 20 seconds to go, Old Dominion will take over, and Washington will take off on the read option up the middle. He will go past midfield, taken down to the 41-yard line. 11 seconds to go. Washington out of the shotgun here, back to pass, firing deep, wide open is Slaughter, and he will get into the end zone for the 41-yard touchdown, bringing Old Dominion within 3 at halftime. Georgia State leads 24-21.
Hi everybody, glad to have you with us on the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 Halftime Show, presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. Bruce Davis, David Pollock here in the studio as always to lend a little perspective to what just went down in the first 30 minutes. That first half was a clinic put on by both offenses. In this era of college football, we've seen more and more creativity on the offensive side, and it was on full display in the first half.
Yeah, full arsenal, and everything you did well. I mean, it didn't take many mistakes. There wasn't many mistakes to be had out there. Both offenses executing at a high level. It pains me to say that, and as a defensive guy, you'd like to see a little bit more resistance, but you know, the offense was dialed in. The coordinators giving the quarterbacks the right plays, the quarterbacks, you know, making the right throws, receivers making great catches. I don't know where I would put any complaints or where I would complain with this offense because it was dialed in.
David's ready to get back on that couch, get the remote, get all the games dialed up to watch what's going on around the country. Time to get you back for your second half. Brad and Kirk ready to roll.
A lot of offense there in the first half from both teams. We'll see what happens here in the second half. Georgia State will start with a football. Reynolds back to pass, and he cannot avoid the pressure, and it's sacked for an 11-yard loss. Second down and long now. Reynolds will fake the handoff here, scramble out to the right, and take off as no one is in front of him. He's past the 41st down marker and pushed out of bounds, a 22-yard gain on the ground. 1st and 10, Reynolds back to pass once again, gets that one off just before he gets hit, but Sebastian Willer cannot hang on, and it falls incomplete. 3rd down and 5 here. Reynolds gonna pass here, he's gonna scramble out to the right here, throw this one off his back foot, and incomplete, and Georgia State would have to punt. David Washington coming out on the field to lead the Old Dominion Monarchs. 3 interceptions in the first half. See if he can avoid any in the second half here. 1st and 10, Washington taken off with the ball, 1st down and more, taken out at the 45-yard line, a 14-yard gain. 1st and 10, Washington out of the shotgun here. He will fire over the middle, caught by Richardson, good for 12 yards, and another Monarchs 1st down. On the very next play here, Washington will fake the handoff throw, and wide open is Connor Martin. He's down the sideline inside the 20, pushed out at the 19, a 24-yard gain, puts the Monarchs in the red zone. 2nd down and 2, Washington will keep it on the read option, but Jerome Schroeder and number 52 will get him in the backfield for a 3-yard loss. 3rd and 5 now, Washington back to pass. He's looking, he steps up, he tries to take off, but number 55 is there for the tackle. A 3-yard gain sets up 4th and 1, and Old Dominion is going to go for it and not kick the field goal to tie this game. And Washington tries to take off on 4th and 1, and he is stuffed for a 4-yard loss, and that is a turnover on downs. Georgia State takes over here, 3rd and 4. Reynolds pass deep is broken up, incomplete, and Georgia State would have to punt the ball. Old Dominion takes over here, 1st and 10. Washington keeping on the read option, pitches it out to Derek Green, and he's got the 1st down and more past the 40, past midfield, inside the 40, pushed out of bounds at the 32-yard line. A big gain on the ground there. 2nd and 8 now. Washington keeping this one himself, firing, and this one's dropped by Richardson. That would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 3rd and 8. And on 3rd and 8, out of the shotgun here, Washington back to pass. He's looking, he has all day here. He's going to fire to the sideline, and this one's picked off by Jerome Schroeder. And that one would end the 3rd quarter. Georgia State's up 24-21. Georgia State has 3rd and 23 to start the 4th quarter after that turnover by Old Dominion. Reynolds back to pass, firing on the screen play to Romero, and that is going nowhere but backwards for a 5-yard loss, and Georgia State will punt. Old Dominion takes over down by 3, 2nd and 7. The pitch goes to Anderson, and he is wrapped up in the backfield by Jamel Spencer for a 3-yard loss. 3rd and 10 now for the Monarchs. Washington back to pass here, going to fire to Martin, and David Washington's pass is broken up, intended for Martin there, and Old Dominion would punt on the ensuing punt here, 4th and 10. The punt goes deep to Mark Moore, and it's off his helmet, and it is picked up by Old Dominion. Our first turnover of the game, and Old Dominion takes over in Panther territory, down by 3. David Washington back to pass, going to fire, and caught by Ryan Slaughter for a 12-yard gain and a 1st down. Next play, it's 1st and 10. Washington will hand off to Derek Green, and he is going nowhere, wrapped up by Miles Morris and Jerome Schroeder for a loss on the play. 3rd and 7 now. Washington back to pass, trying to get the first down, and this one's broken up by Miles Morris, and that would lead to an Old Dominion field goal to tie this game at 24. So with just over 4 minutes to go, Georgia State takes over, trying to break this tie. Pass over the middle is broken up by the linebacker. A nice play, good awareness there. 3rd and 7 now for David Reynolds and the Georgia State Panthers. Reynolds looking to fire over the middle, and he hits Marcus Jackson, but he will be 3 yards short of the first down, and that is going to force Georgia State to punt. Old Dominion's going to take over here. 2nd and 10. David Washington throwing this one deep, and it is broken up, intended for Richardson. Instead, it falls incomplete. 3rd and 10 now. Washington back to pass once again. Over the middle he goes, this time to Connor Martin for 14 yards and a first down. 2nd down and 10 now for the Monarchs. David Washington back to pass once again, and this pass is picked off by Patrick Griffin. I believe that's his 2nd interception of the day, and the 5th one thrown by David Washington of Old Dominion. Georgia State takes over with 3 minutes to go. On the first play after the turnover, David Reynolds' pass is intercepted by Ross, and it goes right back to the Old Dominion Monarchs. So 1st and 10 from the 30. Washington going to try to take off, but instead he is sacked on the play by Jamel Spencer for a 5-yard loss. 3rd and 15 now, out of the shotgun here, trying to get something going. Washington steps up here, fires, and this one is overthrown, incomplete, out of bounds. That sets up 4th and 15, and Old Dominion has to punt. The ensuing punt here. Mark Moore back to take this one. He fields it at the 45, taken off past midfield and taken down in Monarch territory, but he goes down on the play at the end of the play there, holding his shoulder. We will find out what happened to him very soon. Handoff on 1st and 10 to Lamont George up the middle for 3 yards. This would set up 3rd and 5, and we have an update on Mark Moore. He has elbow bursitis. He will return soon. I think we actually probably kept him in the game because it's low risk here. 3rd and 5 now, out of the shotgun. Reynolds back to pass, firing deep and wide open is Sebastian Willard inside the 15. Down at the 12. A big gain of 28 on that play, and with under a minute to go, Georgia State here is going to try to set up for a field goal. Handoff to Derek Romero goes for no gain. Just trying to center the ball here. 2nd and 10, 20 seconds left in this game. Handoff to Lamont George up the middle, taken down at the 10, and that should do it. We'll set up for the field goal here, setting up, and Old Dominion takes a timeout, trying to ice our kicker here, and we would set up with 2 seconds left in the game. The kick is up. It is online, and it is good, and Georgia State is going to take this one over Old Dominion to win the Sun Belt Championship on a last-second field goal. And David Reynolds, in his 2nd year as the starter, has won the Sun Belt Championship, and head coach Chip Nolan wins the Sun Belt Championship in his 4th year as head coach. Marcus Jackson, your player of the game, 62 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns on the day. And you see the Sun Belt champion Georgia State Panthers get to hold that trophy up as Old Dominion goes to the locker room in defeat here, and Georgia State gets the win 27-24 on a last-second field goal to win the Sun Belt Championship. And we will find out very soon here where Georgia State will play in their bowl game, finishing with a 10-3 record through the Sun Belt Championship. Taking a look at the stats from today's game, Georgia State had twice the time possession than Old Dominion. Also, they had a balanced attack on offense, 133 yards rushing, 186 passing. Players of the game, Marcus Jackson, 62 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. Patrick Griffin, 2 tackles, 1 for a loss, and 2 interceptions on the day. We will go ahead and advance to the bowl week and find out what bowl we will be playing in. But first, Travis Custis is your Heisman winner, junior running back from Georgia Tech. And the bowl game Georgia State will play in is the New Orleans Bowl, a rematch against UTSA. We played them in week 1 and came out with a 1-point victory, 28-27. We have a rematch this time in the New Orleans Bowl. They come in 7-5. We are 10-3. We will be the home team. We will find out in the next episode if Georgia State can win the New Orleans Bowl. If you like this episode, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode.